What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. Time to go a little hot take for y'all. Kind of something I've wanted to say for a while, but never really had the gusto to say it. Is it fair to ask the question about Zach Parise being on the decline? I think it's. You look at it this year. He missed the last 12 games in the Wild. 6 playoff games, and the back injury. That's tough to come back from. He's going to be 32 this summer. Like I said with Thomas Vanek, you don't just die at age 32. But it's tough, there aren't too many more great years ahead of you, and he's under contract for the next 9 years. It's like, shit. Everyone loves Zach Parise. He's everyone's favorite player. I love watching him play. I think he's, an entertaining player. I love the passion he plays with. He's always in and around the net. And playing that style for, the length of time Parise has, it's like, oh, and the funny thing, I don't want to say funny thing, but I thought out of the two of them, Suter would start to break down first, but Parise's body's starting to betray him, and I think it's a fair question to ask. I said when the deals went down, when they signed both of them, Minnesota, I said, the length on that is going to come back to bite them right in the ass, and I didn't expect it to be this quick, but damn. It's, and Parise could shock me and score 30 next year. And in fact, it wouldn't shock me at all. But how many more years at that level does he have when you factor in his contract, how much he's getting paid? Other guys in Minnesota, they're going to need, contract extensions, other things the Wild want to do, in terms of having flexibility, salary cap flexibility to re-sign some of their guys. It's like, they're not in a good situation. And, I'm not going to blame Zach Parise for it. It's not his fault. He was a great player when they signed him. He's still a good player now, but that descent is beginning. And I'm not saying he won't have a couple more 30-goal seasons, but having those back injuries, those don't just go away. And it's unfortunate, but again, I'm a huge Zach Parise fan. I'm an American boy. I remember right where I was when he had that goal to tie the gold medal game in the Olympics. He's an excellent player. He's a class act. He's what you want in an NHLer. But I just think the decline's coming, and we're going to start to see it in the next year or two. And if that makes me the not popular kid in school for coming out and saying it, so be it. I think it's a legitimate point that needs to be raised. And Wild fans can call me a hater, call me whatever you want. I'm not knocking him as a player. I'm not saying he doesn't play his ass off. In fact, I think a lot of his wear and tear is from playing that certain style he plays. He loves being in and around the net, which for a guy that isn't that big, it's obviously not overly advantageous, but, we'll see. And again, I hope he proves me wrong, because I love watching him play. But I think, again, it's time to kind of look at that and be like, shit, how many more years before we're saying Zach Parise is a good player with an awful contract? We shall see. Anyway, that's all I got this episode of the Power Play with CJ. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the off-season and beyond. Later, guys.